Hello from Zhuhai, and this is gonna be a phenomenal one. Hello and welcome back, or just welcome if you are new to the channel. Today we are in a city called Zhuhai, and we got here by taking the bus from Macau. The two cities are located next to each other, so it was a very short and easy trip. Only took 30 minutes. And between Macau and mainland China we had to cross a border. We are gonna be here for 2 days, and the plan is that today we are gonna visit, according to some sources, the world's biggest aquarium. And tomorrow we are gonna explore the actual city. Okay, let's get this started. We have now made it to the aquarium, and I just had a look at the map, and it's actually more like an amusement park. They have a lot of things going on here. For example, they also have a lot of different performances. I don't know what the plan is here really. It was my girlfriend's suggestion to come here. So I'm going in with a very open mindset. It doesn't really take that much to impress me, so I think that this should be a great day. So the first thing we decided to do was to go and watch a dolphin performance. I think it was okay. I mean, there are only that many things a dolphin can do, right? Which is to jump and to do a flip. And they sure did a lot of them. And they ended the show by bringing out a false killer whale, which made most people, me included, very surprised. Then we went to the highlight of this park, which was the world's biggest aquarium, where they have the whale sharks. And it was very impressive. Very big water tank, and they had so many different kinds of animals in there. In general, I don't like going to the zoos for the simple reason that almost all big animals look kinda sad and low energy, which makes me feel a little bit bad. But I have now realized that feeling bad is not helping anyone. Like, me feeling bad is not gonna change the situation, so I might as well just try to enjoy this as much as possible. This park is gonna continue to be here either way. And I mean, this is to be expected, right? Imagine if you went to an aquarium without there being any animals. I also read that some of the fish here has some kind of injury and can't survive on their own in the ocean. But overall, very good experience. Definitely over-delivered. They also had a lot of other fish here, which were also nice to look at. I think so far this day is going quite well, and we have been able to see a lot of different animals. We are here on a Tuesday, so not too many people here at all. And also most of the fish seems to be doing quite well here, because it looks like they're taken well care of. The water is clean and they're active. Just for the record, I am no fish expert. So this was just a quick status update. We will continue to walk. This is a surprisingly big place. Next, we watched a beluga whale performance. It was my first time seeing a beluga whale, and I think they looked very kind. The person hosting the show was constantly saying how intelligent these animals are. They jumped up and down and then swimmed with the trainers a little bit. And in case you wonder, they have each performance twice every day. Then they also had this parade, which was okay. I bet that if you are a small kid, then this must have been amazing. They also had different races of people. They had Asians, black and white people. These guys in the turtle costumes were my favorite because they looked so happy. And this parade went on for quite a long time, and they probably had around 25 of these vehicles. Here they also had some land animals, and one of them were these big hamsters. Very lovely to look at, and I might have found my favorite animal. And in case you don't know, then this is called a capybara. If I could describe them with one word, then that would be chill. They looked so chill and relaxed. I left this experience as a better and more self-actualized man. It's evening now and we have been here the whole day. The mosquitoes are also out and I'm not enjoying their company. I have noticed that this is overall a very positive environment and there's a lot of people laughing and smiling. A lot of the time Chinese people tend to look a bit tired and distracted, so this was a nice change. Next we're gonna watch a firework show and then we're out of here. The show was okay. It's a show they have every night, so you can't expect too much, I think. After the show we left directly. We were so done with this place. For dinner we decided to go for an oyster hot pot. We picked a clear soup with the main reason being that I'm not very good with spicy food. I had 8 oysters in total, which is a lot of much needed zinc. We were both very hungry. Hello, we have now checked in at our accommodation and this time we're actually not staying at a hotel, but instead we are renting an apartment. And the reason for that is because it was a very good deal. Here is a very quick tour of the place, definitely a bit bigger than a hotel. Next, I want to share some thoughts. So I think today has been a great day and I got to see and experience a lot of new things. For some people, this might have seemed like a perfect day and a very desirable way to live life. I know that there are a lot of people here in China who think that living your best life equals having fun and eating tasty food. As long as you're having fun and trying out new things, that means you're doing the right thing. The way a lot of these people live is that they don't enjoy their normal daily lives and all they live for are these so-called fun times. I don't agree with this at all and I think it's a bad way to live life. So next I want to share, in my opinion, a better way to live life. So the first step is to figure out what you actually want in life. For example, ask yourself, is there something I want to learn or create? Once you've done that, you need to set up a plan and then start to design your life in a way in which you actually enjoy living. I try to design a life in which I can do forever. This doesn't mean that I need to enjoy every moment, and of course, life is gonna change. So why is planning so important? Because at least for me, what I plan for and where I choose to put my energy is what I'm going to get. For example, one of my goals in life is to become good at piano. Reason for that is because I think that's something that's gonna bring me a lot of fulfillment in the future. And also I kinda enjoy the process. Learning an instrument or a language is a good example of this. If you put in time, you are gonna get better. I really do believe that life as a man is about improving different areas of one's life. Because once you start to make progress on things that are important to you, your life takes on meaning and purpose, and that's when you start to feel really happy and fulfilled. At least this is how it works for me. And I think the problem that a lot of people have is that they are not focused on what they really want. And instead they spend most of their time doing day-to-day activities. And because of that, they don't feel that sense of meaning and progress, and as a result, their life feels kinda empty and boring. In my experience, I feel the happiest when I'm disciplined and make progress on my goals. And then along the way, I celebrate a little bit. For example, if I hit a milestone. Every now and then, a day like today is great and very much enjoyable. But if I get a reward, for example a vacation, without having to work for it, at least for me, I won't be able to fully enjoy it. And in my opinion, I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, that's all I want to say, and that's also gonna be the end of day one. Hello, it's the second day in Zhuhai, and I'm now gonna go for a quick 1-hour morning walk. I'm actually in a bit of a grateful state right now because according to the weather, it was going to rain today. But as it usually happens, they changed the weather forecast on the actual day. I have been walking for a while now, and so far I like it. It looks like a very typical Chinese city, which is not a bad thing. Okay, next I want to share a thought. So to some people, this city might look a bit boring because there isn't really that much to do here. I have now realized why some people complain about things being boring. And the simple explanation I have is because they are a boring person. Boring people complain about things being boring. I don't have any specific proof of this, but it makes sense to me. So now when I see someone complain about things being boring, for me that's a sign they could be a boring person. So it did start to rain after all, so we decided to go into a shopping mall for a quick break. We have made it to the water side, and this is a perfect place for a break. Very nice road here, perfect for biking. We just had breakfast, or maybe you can even call it brunch, since it is 11 AM now. It was an okay one. So Zhuhai is a city located by the water, which is the main reason why a lot of tourists come here. And this is also where a lot of the tourist attractions are. So the plan for today is to mostly walk by the water and visit these places. I have also read somewhere that the water here is supposed to be quite clean, but I am a bit skeptical to that. But if the opportunity arrives, maybe I will go and touch it. The opportunity to touch the water did present itself, and I took it. After that we biked a bit more along the ocean, and then we headed over to the island. And this is probably the main tourist attraction here in Zhuhai. Very peaceful bike ride, not many people outside at all. And here they also had a very nice and clean park. Some parks in China are just so well maintained. And I really like to look at palm trees because as a person who grew up in Sweden, I've not seen that many in my life. Since this was such a clean park, we decided to stand barefoot on the grass. First time doing that in China for me. And it was a wholesome and successful experience. Some people gave us some weird looks. Okay, we have reached the last destination of our trip, which is gonna be these two clam buildings. This also happens to be Zhuhai's opera house, and I think it is a very suitable look for an opera house. This is also my first time seeing a building shaped like a clam, and yes, indeed, I like it a lot. They're actually quite peaceful to look at. I think this is gonna be a perfect place to end the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day. I'm now gonna go and become a clam.